Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Once again, I didn't bother with my hair. She made a bit of an effort.
I don't know, I brushed it. That's as far as it's gone.
But once again, I didn't make any effort, but it's time to review WrestleMania.
So we're a bit late in the game for this video. It's now Good Friday. Jesus is dying on the cross for us today. So we are a little bit later for our review. We're not going into detail, literally just a little snippet of what we thought. And then we've got a star rating as well. So let's get into it.
Overall, the actual show itself, I actually quite enjoyed it, considering it didn't go the way that everybody wanted it to go, including the superstars and everybody involved. Obviously, you had to do it with no crowd or anything like that, but the decisions they made and what they did, I generally can't really grumble that much. It made us forget about the world for 6 hours.
Yes, it did, and I liked how it was spread over 2 nights as well.
Yeah.
I think they need to go forward with that.
Yeah, I think so. Triple H has talked about it a couple of times. I think it's definitely a good idea. It breaks it up, makes it a full weekend.
Yeah.
It's rather than sitting there in a 7-hour slog all the time, you got 2-3 hour chunks, and I prefer that.
Yeah, I mean, it was very, very surreal not having any crowd, but the wrestlers did so well.
Yeah.
They did overact, I think, compared to normal, to try and get the bangs and the
louder,
bumps
a bit more
and
stiffer
stuff.
hits, that kind of stuff.
But overall, I, under the circumstances, thought it was really good, really good.
Yeah, I mean, alright, favourite parts. For me personally, my favourite part of night one was the Boneyard match.
Yeah, I think we're going to agree on that.
Yeah, Christ, there was such worry going in that it really was going to be cheesy, but
it was cheesy.
But it was, but in the best way possible.
Yeah.
Like, it was brilliant, it was stupid, it was hilarious, it was entertaining, it was awesome, it was epic, it had like a mini movie feel. They just decided, like, right, we're just going to go balls to the walls crazy with this, and they did it amazing. Undertaker's acting was fun, AJ's acting was fun, everything that went on.
His little hand.
The little hand at the end, yeah, the AJ, that was hilarious. The fire, the Taker sign at the back, Taker riding a motorcycle to Metallica, all that stuff, just everything they did, all the wrestling bits they did do were all fine, they're all fun. I can't really grumble with this match. It really thoroughly entertained me, and this is not something we would have got if we'd had a regular WrestleMania. So you have to give hats off to them there.
It was like fantasy, wasn't it? Fantasy wrestling.
Yeah, it was like a proper mini movie.
Yeah, and I think it worked in Undertaker's favour because, as I said in our predictions video, I don't like seeing the Undertaker wrestle anymore. He just can't do it. I get really nervous for it, and it is 9 times out of 10 crap. Sorry, Undertaker, but this, because it was cut and it was done in such a way, it made him look badass again.
Yeah.
Went back to badass biker taker.
Yeah, and this is the thing, we didn't think that was going to work given the circumstance of the setting, but it actually worked even better there because...
What you doing there, boy?
Yeah, because he's trash talking.
Yeah.
And Phenom doesn't do that. He's cold, he's calculated, he's silent, he doesn't really talk. But Biker Taker's a loudmouth and he talks and he's got trash talking, and that works so perfectly to his advantage. Was it Sami Zayn and Daniel Bryan, the Intercontinental? Yeah. That was a really fun match.
It was, but I thought it'd be more. But the
story was really fun, and I still enjoyed that. Kevin Owens versus Seth Rollins.
That was amazing.
Incredible. Mania moment with Kevin jumping off the thing, wins with a stunner. Everything about that match was perfect.
I think that match was the best. I mean, Undertaker and AJ, that was fantasy.
Yeah.
That was purely fantasy wrestling. I think the best match, as in wrestling match in the ring, was Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins.
Amazing. Imagine if there was a crowd there. That would have been... There were some other good moments as well, but I mean, obviously there was some crap ones. The Elias Baron Corbin rubbish, not interested.
I didn't even watch it. I don't think I was on my phone. I was not interested.
Not interested. And then the decision that was made for the Universal Championship match, Goldberg versus Braun Strowman.
He was literally like this. He was howling. He was like,
I couldn't stop laughing. I keep laughing when I think about it now. Braun Strowman is your Universal Champion.
No promotion.
No
He wasn't
promotion.
on any posters.
And no post. He wasn't even going to be on the show, was he?
No.
And it was literally just because Reigns couldn't make it for obvious reasons. They didn't even build up to it at any point. They literally just an offhand comment from commentary from Michael Cole that this was happening.
It's like, oh.
And then a few spears from Goldberg, and then 4 power slams from Braun Strowman, and that's it. He's your champion.
No build up. It shows that you don't have to have any fucking story.
But you could still be champion.
Yeah. A match that I was really disappointed in was Becky Lynch and Shayna. I was so disappointed.
Yeah.
I was so disappointed. It came out the way that I wanted in my predictions. I wanted Becky to retain, but it
just not in that way.
It just completely crushed Shayna. Completely.
Yeah. She wasn't even overly dominant. I mean, she was dominant in places, but then Becky got plenty of offense in as well, and it was building up quite nicely. But then it was just suddenly over.
Yeah, I was expecting more violence. She's been biting Becky and everything. She's so dominant, and then
she gets pinned with a sort of kind of roll up type.
Yeah,
thing.
It was so quick, that's not Shayna.
It really is a shame. It's definitely bruised her character. And just to finish off as well, before we go to night 2, the ladder match ended up being incredible for the SmackDown Tag Team titles. It was meant to be obviously 2 people on every team, but obviously going on with Miz being ill and everything, they had to do it down to just a standard single man triple threat.
I was really nervous about that. I was like, oh god, it's going to be shit.
Yeah.
One person from each team.
One of the best matches on the card.
Yeah.
It really was incredible.
Those
the guys are
boys.
amazing. It's one of the best showings that Morrison got in a long time. The guys went to town on each other, and the finish with Morrison falling down with the titles was all good.
Yeah, because it didn't hurt any. It didn't hurt the New Day. It didn't hurt the Usos.
No.
It didn't. They didn't lose dramatically.
Yeah,
it was just a
unfortunate accident.
A fluke. Yeah.
So that was a great match. Right, night 2 was, I would say, probably the better of the 2.
Yeah.
There's less negatives, but we'll get the negative ones out of the way first, and we'll finish strong with the positive stuff. The Aleister Black versus Bobby Lashley, nothing really needed to happen. Didn't even need to have the match really.
No.
The only thing it was there for was to put Black over a little bit stronger, which is what happened. It went on far too long.
Yeah, it did. I thought it would be a squash match.
It should have been a squash match. The Raw Tag Team title match, Street Profits versus Angel Garza and Austin Theory. This is down to circumstance because originally it was meant to be Andrade, but he was sent home. However, even if he was there, I think it was a bit of a mismatched kind of tag team put together that didn't need to happen. No one ever really believed the Street Profits were losing here. The match was fine. It was a decent kind of TV match. It was okay. But I wasn't invested. I don't think you were either, really. Because I just didn't think you were going to lose.
No, and the only good thing to come out of it, and it wasn't even part of the match, was that Bianca came out in the end.
Bianca Belair.
So I think that she's now coming up to the main roster.
Yep.
Didn't realise she was married to one of the Street Profits.
Yeah, she's married to Montez Ford.
Yeah, so that was the best bit. It was at the
Yeah,
end.
it was her appearing. Would have been better, obviously, with a crowd. A massive Mania moment for Belair because she's so over. The match that actually started the night was Charlotte Flair versus Rhea Ripley for the NXT Championship.
Yeah, that was a shock. When it came up, I thought, God, they're starting it.
Why this?
Yeah.
But it was a really, really good match. They
Really good.
went to town on each other. They went nuts, and it was great. And they sold those injuries really well, especially Rhea with the bad leg. I liked Rhea's Vegeta kind of get up. That was cool. The match was really good. Everything that it needed to do. I'm still not too sure how I feel about the winner. Charlotte took the title from her, which means she's probably going to NXT.
It will be good because Charlotte goes to NXT, but
Fresh matchups.
Yeah, good in that aspect. But for Rhea, I don't know what she's going to be doing now.
Yeah, I'm kind of hoping if she has to sit it out for a little bit, eventually she'll make a triumphant return to NXT and take the title back.
Yeah.
Just a quick one as well. Otis and Ziggler.
Yeah, it happened the way that I wanted it to.
This is like your perfect fairy tale, isn't it, really? Match-wise, it was nothing special, but it was all about the story, weren't it, really?
And even in my predictions, I said, kiss at the end?
Yeah.
Yes, we got the kiss. I was like, oh, I'm bloody psychic.
It was when was the last time we had a proper fairy tale kind of moment like that?
Cheesy,
but Christ, everything happened the way it meant to happen. Mandy comes down, knocks out Sonya Deville, low blow Ziggler. He gets hit by Otis. That's the pin. Otis wins. Mandy celebrates in the ring with him with a kiss. It's proper like
around.
Yeah, it's like Randy Savage Elizabeth all over again. It was brilliant. Really, really good.
Yeah. Edge and Orton. It was a really good match. Went on far too long.
Yeah.
I think it was about 38 minutes, wasn't it, all in all?
I think it was 36, but still, that's Get on.
So Edge won. I think it could have had 20 minutes cut out right in the middle.
Yeah.
We got to see the backstage area of the Performance Centre. A lot of health
the
and safety
storage
risks.
facility. Not a warehouse. It's a storage facility. Because facility is a word they like a lot.
And I got a little bit bored, so I was picking out things in the background. They had a purple hand chair, like a Michael Jackson thing in there. I was like, what's that doing in there? A massive ladder.
That ladder was ridiculous.
It was like
the
size of a house.
Didn't even see the top of it.
No. Health and safety risk back there, I must say, WWE. So apart from it being a bit too long, it happened the way it should have happened. I wanted Randy to win, but either or, I thought it was a really
the emotion inside of Edge when he hit him with that final concerto for the 10K. He even swore at the ref, said, "Don't you fucking count."
Yeah.
And I was like,
it's like, don't you
that's
count.
one thing about going through these nights. There was a lot of swearing.
Yes, it went really to the PG.
They kind of went edgy. They were on the line there quite a lot, and I liked it because they kind of just like, well, we're going to have to do something. So.
Yeah. But, yes, towards the end, it got very emotional. He even cried when he was so conflicted to hit this concerto.
Yeah.
But yes, very good match.
Really good match, just too long. Now the second to last match of this night too was once again one of the best things of this entire weekend.
Oh, see, we're conflicted. I didn't enjoy it.
You're one of the few people that were not too sure about it.
It wasn't a match.
No, but that's the brilliance of it.
I know, but it wasn't a match.
That didn't bother me. It was the best non-wrestling match ever.
Yeah, but that could have been just a really awesome promo for the match. It wasn't a match.
I loved it. We're very conflicted here. I thought it was incredible just because of how great of a story it was told. Picking out seeing his weaknesses, going through his greatest hits of characters, and these moments like harking back to this, like him potentially being the kind of Hulk Hogan of his era, never doing that heel turn, going back to his match with Bray. That was all great. All this character work and everything. Yes, there wasn't a lot of wrestling, but at the end of the day, it's called sports entertainment, and I was so entertained. And it's just basically Bray picking away at Cena and doubting him to the point where he got him, and that's when the Fiend appears, takes him out with the mandible claw, and Fiend beats Cena, which is great. And I also love the fact that the promo that Cena was doing on SmackDown was saying, we're going to put an end to the most overhyped, overprivileged superstar of all time. He's essentially helped Bray Wyatt bury himself. And I just, the whole story that was told was great.
It was very deep for WWE.
But this is Bray's writing that makes it great.
I enjoyed it. It wasn't a match, but it was such good writing.
Yes.
And going through the history of it, going back to NWO, really good going inside the mind of the Fiend. But it just wasn't a match. That's the only gripe I've got with it. It wasn't a match to me.
It was. I still loved it though. I just thought it was so again, it was similar to the Boneyard match in the way it was just ridiculous, it was crazy, it was hilarious, it was entertaining, it was shot well, it was a mini movie, just everything they did.
And finally, the last match, Brock versus Drew.
Let me tell Drew.
Well, it happened the way that we wanted it to happen.
Yeah.
Drew took the title. It was very emotional. I nearly cried.
Yeah.
I nearly
cried.
So
did Drew.
Yeah, you said it, Drew. It was a good match.
It was quick. I would have liked it to go on a few minutes longer.
And I thought Paul Heyman not actually introducing Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, it was weird.
I was like, what's this? It was the actual
the announcer.
Yeah, the announce guy. I was like,
I think maybe it might have been the fact that Paul was pissed off just having to be there.
He was very quiet during that match as well. Very quiet. Yeah. But there was F5s and
Suplex City, all that kind of stuff. It was kind of textbook kind of Lesnar match, and then suddenly it's when Drew kicked out at one of the F5s.
It was just like one.
I was like, fuck me. It's like they are putting some stock in Drew. Not many people kick out at one.
And Brock was like.
So it took, I think it was 4 F5s, and then eventually Drew got the upper hand, and it was 3 claymores to put him away. And I love that last moment when Drew's setting up for that last claymore, and Brock's just stumbling, and I could just see Drew the venom in the eyes. He's like, "Look at me, Lesnar! Look at me!" And it's like as soon as he gets him, bang with that claymore, and then takes him and pins him and becomes your champion, and just. If that had been in front of a crowd, the eruption would have been one of the biggest pops of all time.
Yeah.
He's so deserving. I'm so glad that he's champion. He's the first ever British Isles or UK champion that's ever been, which is incredible for him. That's awesome. And the emotion was there for him. He was even looking down the barrel of the camera, thanking everybody. It's just...
And like the emotion in his eyes, like, he, even though he's a badass, he looked like he was
fighting the tears, weren't he?
Yeah.
And I'm so happy for him, but I'm also so sorry for him at the same time because he could have had it such a bigger moment for him. And it is a shame, but the right call was made.
Yeah. The winner is... So star rating...
We'll do it out of 5, aren't we?
Yeah. For both nights?
I think just as the pay-per-view overall.
Yeah, pay-per-view overall. It's really hard because it's such a different kind of pay-per-view.
It's very unique.
I would give it probably 3.5 stars out of 5. Because there was some really rubbish matches in there. And it was all pre-recorded. They could have done so much with those matches. Even the ones that we didn't really care about, they could have gone over and beyond. They had time to, with pre-filming and stuff like that. Some of them were just meh. And even some of the cuts were like quite shoddy.
Yeah,
you could tell it's been over-edited.
Yeah, I mean, there wasn't loads, but there was a couple of noticeable
There was a couple like,
ones.
you could tell that's been pre-recorded. And just the editing was a bit shoddy. 3.5 stars out of 5.
I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5 stars.
Ah.
The reason why is just because at the end of the day, like I said, it's sports entertainment. And I came away thoroughly entertained from this, considering the situation that they put themselves in, and we've been put in as a country, as their country, as a world at the moment that's going on. They made me forget about the seriousness of what's going on around the world at the moment for 6 hours, and they really knocked it out of the park. Certain matches were phenomenal, like Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins, and
you're going to say AJ Styles, because he's so phenomenal.
Yeah. It's just working in the brain. But then, like the Boneyard matches, the Firefly Funhouse match was great. Drew deserved to win, that kind of stuff. Even down to the bad stuff, like Braun winning the title when he shouldn't have, and it was awful.
It was ridiculous.
I was laughing so hard about it. It's just like, it's still memorable. Yeah. And the ladder match was great. There was the Otis feel-good thing. There's so much to love about this, considering we didn't have a crowd. I can't really grumble too much at it. They knocked it out of the park, considering the circumstances that we're in, and that's why I'm giving it such a high thing. If they'd have done all of this at WrestleMania properly with a crowd, this could have been one of the best WrestleManias of all time.
Definitely. That's it, guys. We've done our little review. It's not the biggest of reviews, but we've done it. So like, subscribe and ring the bell. We have got some more content coming out for you. I know it's difficult at times like these, but we are trying our best for you guys, just to keep in contact.
It keeps us busy as well.
Yeah, it keeps us busy. We don't know how long this is going on for now, so we've just got to stay positive, stay safe, and just take care of each other, guys. That's all we can do.
Wash your damn hands.
And wash your damn hands. And don't go out this bank holiday.
Yeah, don't be that dick. Don't do that. Don't go out and do house parties. Don't go out to like parks and recreational areas and stuff like that. Just stay home. You don't understand. The longer you put this off, the longer we're going to be like this. You sit your ass at home like everybody else is doing, and we could be out of this by the end of May.
Yeah.
If you don't, we could be going through summer. Do you want to be stuck indoors all over summer? No, you don't.
No, and we can't be selfish at a time like this. So stay indoors. You know, you can have your watch parties and your Facebook stuff. There's so much technology out there to keep in contact. So
absolutely.
Don't be a dick. I think we should hashtag that. Don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick. Pretty sure it already exists because there's plenty of dicks out there.
But so keep an eye out, guys, for some content. There's no scheduling at the moment. We're just bringing
as and when.
Yeah, as and when, bring videos out when we can. So again, stay safe. Take care of yourselves, and we'll see you really soon.